Welcome everyone. Akasha here, Nan Akasha from nanakasha.com. Welcome to the Infinite Show. And today, what I want to do is just share a very quick, short amount of information with you about a particular session that I'm offering, and I'm getting a lot of questions. It's a limited time session. That means that my inner guidance spirit came and told me to do this session. I've attracted the exact people who needed it. Then we created a bundle. So some people are moving on to more packages. And now there seems to be more people coming in that are interested right as we were about to close. So this is open through July. Magnetize your beloved. This is a session, private session, virtual, online, and recorded with me. And you also get a mini session. So you do the session 1 week, and the following session we do a mini session where I read your energy, move anything. The other day the mini session was very, very deep, and we catch up from what has started to shift. These sessions are very deep, and they continue to integrate and change. Usually the recording of the session is a healing or a guided process or a past life experience, or something happens that's so profound that the clients go through, and they take their notes from it, because there's more there than you can absorb during the session, and you're in the session experiencing it. So you want to be able to take your notes from it. Two, I have clients who go back up to 2 years and listen to old sessions, and they say they hear something new every time. So there's layers and layers because of the deep kind of work that I do. This is energy healing. This is shamanic journeying. This is 35 years of my experience working on many levels of consciousness, realms, energies, practices, and all of that. So this is a quick little video to share some of the secrets and blocks and the frequently asked questions that I'm getting around the idea of what this session is about. So you just go to the shop. The link is below too, and shop.nanakasha.com. You'll see it right there. And if you have any questions whatsoever, let us know. Oh, this is the sunset. I thought I'd share some of that beauty with you. So this is how I feel. And I want you to come into this space, even if it's just for the few minutes we're going to be together right now. And I want you to know that I see you. For some reason, I'm made up in a way that over the years, I've released and gone through my patterns, still evolving like everyone. And I'm much more interested in being in the moment, knowing and understanding that whatever is happening to me is happening for a reason, that my highest good, that my heart, that my soul's blueprint, that my plan, whatever, some part of me is attempting to guide me through where I am, where I have gotten myself, and that I have everything that I need within. And there was a time in my life where I did not love myself. I was filled with lack of self-esteem. I spent most of my life overachieving, which does have its benefits, as a people pleaser. And that energy and all the reasons why was the reason I really started to go onto my spiritual path and start to say, what's underneath that? What's underneath that? And what's underneath that is energy. And what's underneath energy is thought and consciousness. And what's underneath that is love. And I'm talking about divine love, pure love, unconditional love, where it doesn't really explain it. And that's who we are. So I want you to understand that no matter what has happened to you, no matter what you were told as a child from your family, from friends, from spouses, from coworkers, no matter what the external world has told you or limited you from, it is most likely not true at all about who you are. You came here to live a life that was going to complete a lot of old patterns. And I've seen this pattern, and I know that right now, through working with so many clients and students, that we are completing painful old patterns of abuse and shame and torture, accusation, all kinds of things. And this is what's coming up in the world, and why the institutions are breaking down and our structure of our society is breaking down in how we live, because we have to remember that we're precious, that we're divine, that we're light. And that is not an easy task, because there was a time when if you had asked me to say, I love myself, I love Nan, I love Akasha, I couldn't do it. I would start shaking and sweating and crying and almost having a panic attack. So I've been through lots of money and no money. I've been through spiritual heights of beyond belief that would probably you wouldn't even believe. I have taken people on amazing retreats to tops of pyramids, and I've walked to the ocean with the intention to kill myself. So I have been in the ocean of emotion with you up and down. So I want you to know that right now, I think the reason that these sessions came to me is that in the process of magnetizing your beloved, your soulmate, your optimal relationship, your next best relationship for your soul's path, whatever that does mean, working on the relationship that you have, what happens in these sessions is that I see so clearly the things that are blocking your love and your self-love and your ability to receive. And most people have forgotten or are reaccessing the fact that they are precious. I had a client say this to me last month, and it was a little bit of a shock. I'm giving in my sessions, and I have lovely clients. They share with me how they feel, and there's a lot of love and gratitude that goes back and forth between us. The sessions are very profound. However, I'm not here for you to tell me I'm good enough. And yet this beautiful lady at the end of her session was talking about everything that changed and how profound it was. And she said, I'm so grateful I found you. I'm so grateful I was drawn to your spiritual weather reports and I resonated with it and I listened and I did this. And she said, you're so precious. And something else, I don't remember. And it was just this moment for me to look at my self-love and my self-acceptance, like, wow. And it paused as it came into me, and then it just exploded across my heart, into my heart, as I was able to finally receive that. So I want that for you. I want you to understand who you are, where you are, what's ready for you. I want you to understand you're precious and you're light and you are filled with so much love. And I know most people who come to me say, I have so much love to give. I have so much love. I'm going to just think I have my copal burning over here, and I think it's had enough. And it's a beautiful cleansing, protective energy. So you might feel that. When you feel love and you just accept what is, you stop trying to chase some kind of perfection that we were all told we had to be, do, have, or whatever. You can start to be filled with love, and then you feel complete, and then you feel centered, and then you discover who you are. So these sessions are ultimately about becoming the vibrational channel. We clear and cleanse you. We do a lot of light work, infinity light weaving. I activate your inner frequencies. We reactivate and cleanse and clear that signal that you're sending out about love or money. It's similar signals. What we do is going to affect your money and your finances and other areas of your life too, self-esteem and all of that. So I can see and feel you, even if your beautiful light has been buried under years or lifetimes of lack and pain and fear and being told you weren't enough. I was there too. And so for 35 years, like I said, I've been doing energy healing, deep shamanic visioning, and going to mystery schools and traveling the world and having these profound experiences and learning all forms of healing and vibrational healing, homeopathy. And I wanted to be able to see what's underneath this pain, this grief, this pattern. Why does it keep repeating? What is the fastest, easiest, most fun way to access it? And so now this is normal for me. I can see and free what's holding you back and what you're ready for, which is really important. A lot of times people feel like I've been slogging through the tunnel and not getting anywhere. And finally, now I'm getting somewhere. But I feel like this is exact words from a client this week was, I feel like I'm right at the finish line, but I never go through it. And so these are the kinds of things people come, they pour it out. We look at the energy, we find it, we transform it. Usually inside some of these energies are other lives that may come forward. They might bring powers. You heal old wounds. Everybody's unfolds differently. And what's so great is that I know you're ready. And I don't want you to wait any longer to start living the life your soul intended. Doesn't mean you've made a mistake, okay? There's absolutely no allowance for shame and guilt and blame. That's part of what we release you from, because those are low states of energy that you cannot find love. You cannot attract true love or true money or the right job if you're filled with that. So in my private sessions every day, I see the energy and the mental, emotional, or self-esteem blocks that you carry in your field. These prevent you from the actual power, the energy, the life force that's optimal for you, because it's all around you. There's guidance and potential and possibilities all everywhere. But what you reflect, what you are emitting, the energy, okay, is magnetizing whatever you can see, what you can perceive. So you'll be like, there's no way out, there's no solution. Well, there is, but these blocks are keeping you from seeing it and preventing you from the guidance and the power that's here. And that can be around love or money. It can be around opportunities in any area of your life. It can be around your energy, your health, your clarity, all these things. They're all related. That's beautiful, because the work I do goes deep underneath. And when it goes deep underneath into the energy, and I teach you how to unhook from the story and the drama, and then you start to see the energy and you start to interpret and understand the energy, you realize your whole path, your whole life and other lives in your soul, all were to bring you to this moment. Everything has unfolded perfectly. Now you close the book and turn to become, take that wisdom, become the wise person in your life, rise up to be the master. I see your strengths too. I see what's emerging and how to connect with your higher self. So I might see opportunities or money, or one beloved session, I did see 3 particular potential partners. But again, this is not the purpose of it, is to say, oh, your lover is named Joe and he's around the corner. Who knows, that might come through. But we go in with what is optimal for you at this time. I surround you in an infinity healing chamber. I create a space that is so sacred. And I spend a lot of time clearing, cleansing, and aligning myself, aligning to all of my guides and all this energies that work with you during that. And we go deep so that you can see the truth of where you are. This is a snapshot. So anything, my soul readings are that way, soul retrievals, any kind of session at all gives you the opportunity to see where you are right now and what is optimal for you to stop, begin, let go, believe, whatever. This was a beautiful sunset last night here at my house. We're going to be doing a retreat in September, and I hope you'll join us. So in this session, we see what energy you carry in your light body. And like I said, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, relationally, in this life and other lives, in this time, in this space, hidden things in the chakras, whatever, that they have blocked and locked or closed your potential guidance and connection to align with a beloved soulmate or optimal partner at this time, and even self-love. This is part of the process. You do not have to be some external idea of perfection to be worthy enough to find love, okay? And good, kind, respectful, spiritual love, okay? You do not have to tolerate or give in or compromise in a relationship. My husband of 25 years, whom I divorced in a lot of drama and loss and pain, it was very karmic. We were meant to be together. I loved him dearly. Everything we experienced now I can see was a very intense old patterns together that gave us both an opportunity to complete them so we could move on. And when I met Chris, my soulmate, who I'm with now 16, 17 years, I was going through a divorce, so I didn't see him. I didn't recognize him as somebody like that, and I could feel him. And thankfully, my energy work had gotten to the point where I could feel him, I could sense him, and I could be like, "Is it you? Is it you? Who is it?" And slowly we found a path together, and it's just been extraordinary. I didn't know people like him existed. All right. I had never had this kind of relationship before. So don't worry if you've been in abusive or difficult relationships. You've completed those, or you're in the process of completing those. And that's something else that we see. And it's very powerful to complete a pattern where you no longer allow and attract the kind of abuse or disrespect or relationship that you've had. Okay. So what do you really want? Do you believe within you that you can find it, attract it, and keep it? And are your old relationships or grief or abuse patterns clogging your light so you cannot connect with your optimal beloved? These are kinds of things that I can support you with in the Magnetize Your Beloved session, in a soul reading, or in other things. We find your biggest blocks to money, self-worth, confidence as well. And we uncover blocks to trusting others that may have started in childhood and another life. These are the most common patterns, but of course, what's optimal for you will come up. We uncover where your deep emotional patterns are keeping your inner magnetic structure dimmed or cut off, so you cannot find clarity, support, money, or love. Believe me, my purpose in working with anybody I work with is to free your light, to get you to start to communicate with your inner authority, to get you to connect with your inner truth and know who you are. This was also the sunset last night. So beautiful. Imagine how powerful it is to find and transform fears, okay, that have kept you from feeling and sending your true energy out. If you want to become a magnet for the optimal relationship, and maybe it's the optimal relationship right now, maybe it's not marriage, maybe you don't want all that, then that's fine too. However, all these things we're talking about are blocking that signal from being clear. And then you wonder why you're not finding the person you would like, or why you're attracting people that are not quite aligned. So energies block the mind and the emotional body and even the nervous system. Most people carry strong emotional vows, contracts, and decisions within that create imbalance, blocks, and limited vision, meaning you don't see the opportunities, the doorways, the people. I saw Chris, I met Chris, I thought he didn't like me, and I thought it was someone else, and I kept looking around, and then we would run into each other, and we would bump into each other, and we found out we had jazz in common, and we found out we had spirituality in common, and then he came and did a talk for my real estate women's group about prosperity consciousness, and everything just kept going until it became very obvious it was him, and then it was a matter of us connecting. So if you harbor negative, low emotions about feeling safe in your body, being seen, trusting another intimately, and receiving anything from compliments to pleasure to money to joy to love to being adored. When I first met Chris, he would just shower, he still does, just shower me with love and compliments. And it was very easy for me to see the resistance I still had, even though I'd worked on it for a long time, to receiving. So he gave me an opportunity to model an excellent receiver. If I give love to him, if I give him a compliment, if I do anything, he receives it graciously and fully and says, thank you. Instead of, oh, no, no, oh, no, no. And so then I learned how to be that way. It's just beautiful. So if you are harboring these feelings about feeling safe in your body, trusting another intimately, receiving things, you're blocking your love, your soulmates, and any other optimal guidance, relationship, or money that's here for you. The fear of judgment and being vulnerable in a relationship, or fearing a repeat bad relationship or betrayal or abuse, because there's a lot of that out there that people have experienced, it affects your self-esteem and work, money, relationships, and health. Now, that isn't to make you feel like, oh, great, I'm screwed. I was abused and now I can't ever heal it. Absolutely not. But it does mean that you are an intensely powerful being who has come and taken a road to heal some deep, deep stuff. And if you understand that and you shift into that mode, and we get your energy aligned with, wow, I can let go of the shackles this has on me, and I can take the power and move forward, then wow. Because under it all, we're looking to free your inner soul's signature signal. So you're a beacon of light for all things optimal for your soul's love, happiness, success, and pleasure. Okay, so here's a couple of people who've done this session. The process was quite profound and really beautiful and amazing. That yesterday was day 33. I stayed with the recording. So I told you that I often, well, almost always at the end, will get guidance on certain energies that I surround you with to integrate, and certain energies that will help heal what's coming up for you, help you reveal it, just process it. And usually it's 5 to 7 or 8 days. But this particular person got this, said, repeat this every day for 33 days. It's kind of unusual. And she actually did it, and she's having profound results. So typically, though, it's 3, 4, 5, 8 days that you're guided to do that. So this process was profound, beautiful, amazing. And wow, I stayed with the recording. Lots of symbols came. I think some of it was written in a cipher. So in her session, there were certain things where we went with a part of her from another life was living within her. There were books, there were things we could see. She says it might have been Latin or unfamiliar language. And so you start to sharpen your senses and open to more things that come through. I feel like I'd integrated well, and my guidance was just to go into my third eye chakra. And then I experienced the experience changed. So it does, as you evolve, each time you do repeat it, it isn't like it's the same because you're changing. And I saw 3 portals getting larger. Now they're doorways to other dimensions. Now, this is just her experience. If this isn't something that resonates with you, but it's profound because the kind of work I do is opening you to your senses, to your intuition, and we're doing intuition summer camp again this summer. I hope you'll join us. And it feels like the front is the higher angelic realms, and the right is the star and galactic connections. Behind me is Akashic records and past and ancestral lines. So she's getting a new connection, a new clarity to all these parts of her that are coming and communicating to her, connecting to her, so she can set up her own inner communication lines to what's optimal for her and the guidance that she needs. As an ascended master also came in from a higher realm, and we communicated. It's really special because I've had communication with him in the spirit world essentially, but not in this space before. So that went to a new level for her. And I was also shown an image of my project in a sacred pool that she's working on. I'm really excited to spend more time in hers. She was created a meditation garden. Thank you so much for this profound healing and all of your guidance. Another person said that they felt really relaxed, blissful, and peaceful. The heat from the light in her core stayed for a while. These are different energy things that happen in the sessions. When I listened to it again last night, I heard more. I told you I listened right before I went to bed, so I slept great. When I got up this morning, I felt lighter and happier. I do find that putting my palms together in front of my heart does take me back to that peaceful feeling. I teach you how to anchor what you experience and stay connected to it. And I'm retraining myself to do that when I feel stressed, anxious, or like I should do something. Overall, I feel great. A lot of people come and they're very stressed and they're not sleeping well, like this lady. And just the fact that they relax, they sleep, and they go deeper is very profound. I'm so positive and looking forward to the unfolding. And I really want to go deeper with you. I feel so good with you, relaxed and safe. I can tell you anything. That's a very common feeling. I'm very honored that that is the space that I create, and I have been creating sacred space for a long time. I'd like to do the bundle, and the first week was very profound. I want to keep that going. So a couple more frequently asked questions as we wrap up here. Is this session for me if I'm already in a relationship? Yes, because relationships evolve, change, end, and definitely carry some old goo and karma that could be cleared for both of you. What if I want to attract more relationships to experience? Yes. There were people who asked different things around that. What if I want to change my relationship or heal it and take it to the next level? What if I want to end my relationship, right? What if I don't want to get married and have a serious relationship? I just want to attract somebody who's really great for me right now. We have common interests. We can do stuff together. We can enjoy it. Yes, yes, yes. This session's for any of those. Lots of people have fears about being not perfect in their body or their look, or they're older or they're overweight. Yes, I'm doing sessions with older people, with people who've had this self-esteem and weight issues. None of this makes any difference in finding your beloved, okay? I was much more overweight than I am now when I met Chris. And when you get aligned, you want to be you inwardly. The rest of you will change and evolve as is optimal. Is this a good session if I've been hurt and abused and abandoned and I'm afraid to trust, but I feel ready? Yes, this is a very common theme that I'm dealing with. Is this a good session for me if I want to develop a loving relationship with myself? Yes. And what if I don't want, I mentioned the serious relationship. So thank you for spending a little time with me. I wanted to share that with you. And if you have any questions about this or anything else that I do, please send an email to support@nanakasha.com. All right, everybody, have a beautiful and blessed day. Yay.